Every single business day at SOFMEDICA Warehouse Hub in Otopeni, Romania, we are ordering and receiving various shipments of products expedited by our medical devices manufacturing partners located all over the world. The received products are subject to one or more national and international specific regulations like Medical Devices Directives or Regulation, Directive on Waste Electrical and Electronic Equipment, and others. The parcels or pallets of products are received in the reception area of SOFMEDICA Warehouse. The reception process implemented at all SOFMEDICA's entities under the Group Quality Management System has 2 levels. The first level checks are applicable to all the products received for commercial purpose, even for the goods that are not medical devices like spare parts. The second level compliance checks are applicable only to medical devices. At the first level reception, the operator checks if there are any special storage conditions inscribed on the product label, and if yes, he checks if temperature records during the transport match the label conditions. The operator is also checking the integrity of the packaging. If the secondary packaging is intact, the products are accepted and stored in the storage area for sale. In order to avoid any safety risk for patients, damaged, broken, or wet carton boxes are placed in quarantine to be returned to the supplier or discarded as appropriate. At the first level of reception, the operator scans the UDI, unique code identification, of the devices, and the data extracted by the scanner are transferred into ERP system automatically, saving time for the operator and thus creating efficiency for the process. The operator checks also whether the quantity received corresponds to the quantity in the documents. If any discrepancy is found, places product in quarantine and informs the supply function for appropriate actions. The second level of reception consists in the compliance checks like the presence of medical device symbol or text on label, the CE mark on the package, the manufacturer name and address on the label, the EU representative, the manufacturing date, if text on the label, and if yes, if it is translated in our local languages, Romanian, Greek, Bulgarian, or Hungarian. If the secondary packaging is not sealed and allows opening, the compliance checks if instructions for use in local language are in the package. Checking the presence of the UDI carrier on the device is another important check performed at the second level of reception. Other checks performed at the second level reception refer to the availability of the Declaration of Conformity. However, some checks are valid only for MDR medical devices for the moment. If any of the requirements is not met, the compliance function informs the partner and proposes a solution to bring the product in compliance. The second level checks are performed on a sample, one commercial unit of each product code. The sampling algorithm currently implemented at SOFMEDICA is based on several criteria, such as product codes received for the first time, existing codes last received more than 30 days before, and device risk. Class 3 devices are checked at each reception. After performing the second level checks, the compliance function fills on an electronic portable device the minute of reception second level by marking the codes, batches, or serial numbers, which are to be quarantined if the case may be. During the second level of reception, the compliance function takes pictures of the labels within the sample check as documented evidence. The pictures are renamed with the code and date of reception and automatically saved on the server by the software application integrated in the electronic minutes of reception. The devices transferred between different SOFMEDICA entities are no longer checked again by the recipient SOFMEDICA entity if they were initially checked by the first SOFMEDICA's entity. However, the batches or serial numbers not checked initially because of the sampling algorithm are checked at the receiving SOFMEDICA's entity, either integral or by the sampling algorithm. Both the first level and the second level of reception take place in the same manner in all SOFMEDICA's entities because the process is common, and our management system is certified ISO 9001, 14001, and 13485. SOFMEDICA's infrastructure is suitable for the orderly keeping of the products so that their quality is not affected. The warehouse has distinct areas in which medical devices are stored according to their status and according to the operations that take place. Reception area, order preparation area, expedition and delivery area, quarantine area for the products damaged, expired, non-compliant, recalled, and storage area. Access to the warehouse is controlled for authorized personnel only. The warehouse has its own air conditioning system and online system for temperature and humidity monitoring, required to maintain the storage conditions mentioned on the product label. The temperature in the warehouse is up to 25 degrees Celsius. In cases where the specified temperature and humidity ranges are exceeded, the system alerts the operators by text message. The storage conditions on the labels are periodically monitored by the operator to assess if SOFMEDICA's storage infrastructure continues to be adequate for the product stored. The equipment used to monitor the temperature and humidity conditions are calibrated periodically. In order to maintain a proper state of cleanliness and hygiene in SOFMEDICA's warehouse and to avoid possible contamination or damage to the products, cleaning of the premises is done by the personnel trained for this purpose. Equipment used for the handling of medical devices are properly fitted to prevent exposure to conditions that could affect the integrity of the packaging and to prevent contamination. After being picked up in the warehouse, pallets or boxes are stored in storage area. Medical devices are stored on pallets or in boxes, on metal shelves, and never directly on the floor. Pest control operations are services that are purchased from authorized and selected providers. We apply the same rigorous criteria to select and evaluate pest control providers in each SOFMEDICA's location. In the warehouse, there is also an air curtain at the door opening to prevent insects from penetrating into the storage space, and also the fly killers permanently in use. SOFMEDICA has implemented procedures, software aids, and checks to ensure that the goods shipped to customers comply with the applicable legal requirements. SOFMEDICA has identified several categories of goods, which sometimes overlap: medical devices, electric and electronic equipment, dangerous good at transport, explosive precursors. Each category has its own requirements for labeling, checks, and accompanying documents. The operator collects the products by code and batch or serial number according to the delivery note, affix the required labels, add the required accompanying documents as instructed by the annex, and packs them safely and securely for transport and delivery. The order prepared is checked by another operator, 4 eyes principle, and the products are packed safely. For example, arrange all the products on the pallet, wrap the pallet, and affix adhesive tape in order to secure the shipment. Logistic function establishes the mode of transport, taking into account several criteria. For example, if it is necessary to ensure the temperature conditions, the nature of the products and their weight, if additional cargo insurance is needed, or the hospital infrastructure. In special situations, when access to the customer place is difficult to unload, the product's cranes can be used. Not all the medical devices received at SOFMEDICA's warehouse have local language Romanian, Bulgarian, Greek, Hungarian on the instructions for use and labels. Thus, SOFMEDICA has its own process of reception checks, and when the device is found without local language, we are bringing them in compliance by translation and providing translated documents. The translation and provision of translations are based on a procedure that has been certified by a notified body within our ISO 13485 audit. We have chosen to do a big investment in an ISO 13485 certification with an MDR-designated notified body to comply with Article 16 of MDR that stipulates the economic operators performing activities like translation and repack must have their quality management system certified by a notified body. SOFMEDICA submits every effort to implement and maintain processes, systems, and infrastructure for the purpose of ensuring the safety and performance of medical devices for the benefit of end users, and most importantly, for the patients who are the final beneficiaries of the innovative medical technology which we make available. As an economic operator in the supply chain, SOFMEDICA is a reliable link on which the successful implementation of a new medical technology depends. We are a bridge on the way of the medical technology from factory to the patient and user. And through our processes and systems, we add value to the distribution chain and to the entire life cycle of the medical device.